The border of human space was a place of quiet watchfulness. For many years, it had remained calm. Ships passed near it, but none crossed the invisible line without permission. Human command kept a strong patrol, and the people of Earth in its colonies trusted their defense forces to keep them safe. Captain Ryan stood on the bridge of the patrol ship Iron Wave, watching the stars streak past outside the thick glass. His crew moved with practiced ease, calm but ready. Suddenly, the radar officer's voice broke the silence. "Captain, we have an unknown ship crossing into our territory." No response to hails. Ryan looked up sharply. "Where exactly?" "Sector 12-5, approaching the border at high speed." Ryan moved to the communication console. "Open all channels. Send warnings in all languages known to galactic trade. Identify yourself immediately." The ship's speaker crackled, sending out the warnings. Still, there was no reply. The strange vessel moved steadily inside the border, ignoring the calls. "Captain," the communications officer said. No response. "The ship's energy signature is unfamiliar. It does not match any known species or faction." Ryan frowned. This was unusual. Human space was large and well mapped. Almost every ship traveling near the borders showed identification, and known ships could mean danger. "Alert human command," Ryan said firmly. "Prepare to pursue. No one enters human space uninvited." The Iron Wave shifted course, engines humming as the ship accelerated toward the intruder. Outside, stars raced past, but Ryan's thoughts were on the unknown vessel ahead. Why would a ship come here and ignore all warnings? Ryan wondered aloud. They must have a reason. Either they don't know what they are risking, or they want trouble. The crew prepared the ship's weapons, though Ryan hoped they would not need to fire. Diplomacy was still the first choice. But years of human history taught him to expect the worst. "Captain, sensors show the ship's hull is strange. It seems to be made of materials not common in this galaxy," the science officer said. Ryan nodded. "Keep scanning. I want to know everything about that ship before we catch up." Minutes passed, the distance closing. The alien vessel was not speeding away. Instead, it moved deeper into human space, like it had no fear of the defenses behind it. On the bridge, tension grew. Patrol ships and stations along the border were alerted. Messages flew across the communication networks. The phrase "no one enters human space uninvited" was repeated often, a quiet warning from the generations before. Ryan remembered stories from his grandfather when the galaxy was young. Many species had tried to take advantage of Earth's early colonies. Humans had fought hard and won. Now, Earth was a center of power, and its borders were respected. But this ship was a question mark. "Captain, the ship is sending out a low-level energy pulse," the engineer said. "It might be a signal or some kind of defense." Ryan looked at the screen. The pulses were faint but regular. "Could it be a distress call?" he asked. "Unlikely," the engineer replied. "Distress signals usually have a standard pattern. This one is different." Ryan's mind raced. Was this an enemy ship, a spy, or something else? "Bring us to full speed," Ryan ordered. "I want to intercept before they reach the inner systems." The crew worked quickly, checking weapons, engines, and shields. The Iron Wave was a warship built for defense and fast response. Its railguns and energy cannons were ready outside. The alien ship grew larger on the screen. It was sleek and fast, unlike any design Ryan had seen. The colors of its hull changed, shifting like light on water. "Captain," the communications officer said, "the ship just dropped a small pod behind it. It's moving away from the main ship at high speed." Ryan frowned. "What is it doing?" The science officer studied the readings. It could be a message pod or a drone, maybe an escape vehicle. Ryan knew that whatever it was, this situation was growing more serious by the minute. "Send a warning to the pod. Tell it not to enter human space." The crew complied, but again there was no response. The pod vanished into the darkness. "Captain, the alien ship is not responding to any attempts at contact," the communications officer said. Ryan stood tall. "Then we prepare for the next step. I want a formation ready to surround the ship when we catch it." The ship's crew moved quickly, piloting the iron wave through the stars toward the alien intruder. The border patrol was ready to protect the home worlds at all costs. Ryan looked at the crew around him, young men and women, trained to defend millions of lives. Their faces were calm but alert. "We do not know who they are or what they want," Ryan said quietly, "but we will not allow them to threaten human space." The ship hummed with power as it closed the gap. Outside, the stars seemed to hold their breath. The story of the intruder was only beginning. But one thing was clear: no one enters human space uninvited, not without facing the consequences. Captain Ryan stood on the bridge of the iron wave, eyes fixed on the view screen. The strange alien ship continued moving deeper into human space, without responding to any of their calls. It was as if it did not care about the powerful fleet watching it now. Around them, the tension was rising. The quiet peace that had lasted for so many years was breaking, and nobody knew what would happen next. "Captain," the communications officer, Maya, said calmly, "all our messages have been ignored. They have not answered a single call. Our warnings have been clear and firm. They know they are in restricted space." Ryan nodded. "Send the warning again. This time, use all known languages in the galaxy. Make sure they hear it loud and clear." Maya quickly sent the warnings. Every star system near the border had its own language, and Human Command had translators for all of them, yet no reply came back. The alien ship continued on its path like a ghost, ignoring all rules. Across the communication channels, more patrol ships moved into position. The humans were forming a net to surround the intruder. They wanted to block it, force it to stop, or at least slow it down. Commander Lee, the tactical officer, joined Ryan on the bridge. "Captain, intelligence says the ship's technology is unlike anything in our database. Their energy signatures are strange. We have no idea what weapons they have or how fast they can move." Ryan's face grew serious. "That makes them dangerous. We must be ready for anything." The stories of past wars and battles came back to him. Long ago, humans had fought for survival against many enemies. Now, Earth was a strong power, and the borders were secure. But that security depended on trust and respect. Someone breaking through without permission was a threat to everyone. "Captain," the science officer, Nina, said from her station, "the alien ship's shields are powerful. Our scans show energy fields unlike any we have faced. Their hull adapts to our sensors, making it difficult to track their movements." Ryan looked at the screen again. The alien ship moved with calm confidence. It was not hiding or trying to run. It was moving as if it owned this space. "This is not the behavior of a scared ship," Ryan said quietly. "They want something. Or they want to send a message. Or they do not fear us," Lee added. Ryan shook his head. No one should feel safe breaking the rules of human space. Meanwhile, back at Human Command, the leaders held emergency meetings. The message was clear: no one enters human space uninvited. The response would be swift and strong. In the colonies near the border, people watched the news with growing concern. The idea of a ship ignoring warnings was unsettling. The phrase from old stories echoed through their minds: "Those who enter without permission usually do not come back." On the Iron Wave, Ryan prepared his crew. "We will keep trying to contact them peacefully," he said. "But we will also be ready to defend ourselves." Hours passed. The alien ship did not stop or change course. It moved steadily toward the inner systems, where millions of humans lived and worked. Suddenly, the ship's engines glowed brighter. It increased speed. "Captain, they are trying to escape," Maya said. Ryan frowned. "No, they are not running. They are going faster, but toward the heart of human space." "Why would they do that?" Nina asked. Ryan did not answer. Instead, he ordered the Iron Wave and the nearby patrol ships to pursue at full speed. The chase had begun. The crew worked as one, piloting through star fields, weaving around asteroids, and keeping their weapons ready. Ryan felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. If this ship reached the core worlds, it could mean danger for millions. Then, a new signal appeared on the sensors. The alien ship was sending out a strange pulse. It was not a message. in words but a series of energy waves. "What is that?" Lee asked. "It could be a distress signal," Nina said, "or warning." Ryan watched closely as the pulses continued. They were steady and repeated, but unlike any signal human technology understood, tried to decode it. Ryan ordered Maya worked quickly, but the signal was complicated. After some minutes, she looked up. "It does not match any language or code in our systems." Ryan's worry grew. "Then what is it?" Nina answered. "It might be a signal designed to confuse or hide the ship's true purpose." Ryan's jaw tightened. This ship was dangerous, and it was hiding something. As the iron wave drew closer, the alien ship suddenly dropped a small pod behind it. The pod moved quickly away, disappearing into the darkness of space. "Captain," Maya said, "the pod is heading toward an uninhabited system nearby." Ryan's eyes narrowed. "Send a warning to the pod. Tell it to stop and prepare for inspection." Again, no reply came. The pod vanished out of sensor range. "Captain," Nina said, "the pod is carrying something biological. Our scans show signs of life." Ryan frowned. "Prepare a ship to retrieve it. We need to know what they are sending here." Minutes later, a smaller patrol craft broke off from the fleet, heading toward the pod's last known location. The crew waited anxiously as the craft moved closer. Suddenly, the patrol ship's sensors detected a faint energy shield around the pod. "It was difficult to open or approach, Captain," the patrol ship pilot reported. "The pod is protected by strong energy fields. We cannot get close." Ryan felt frustration. Whoever sent this pod did not want it captured easily. "Keep trying," he said. "Do not give up." Back on the iron wave, the alien ship changed course again. It moved away from the pod's direction and accelerated toward a nearby asteroid belt. "Captain, they are heading into the asteroid belt," Lee said. "They might be trying to hide." Ryan did not hesitate. "We follow. Be careful, everyone. The rocks will make the fight harder." The fleet entered the asteroid belt. Giant rocks and debris floated in the dark space, making navigation difficult. The alien ship used the terrain expertly, twisting and turning between the stones. The human pilots did their best to keep up, but the alien ship's agility surprised them. It fired small energy bursts to keep the pursuers back without causing major damage. "Captain," Lee said, "their weapons are precise, but not designed for destruction. Maybe they want to disable, not destroy." Ryan considered this. "Perhaps they want to slow us or send a message." The chase went on for hours. Both sides pushed their ships to the limits, weaving through the dangerous rocks. The tension on the iron wave was high. Suddenly, a piece of the alien ship's hull broke off during a sharp turn. It floated away slowly, glowing faintly. "Captain," Nina said, "we recovered a fragment. Scanning it now." Ryan waited as the readings came in. "It contains life signs," Nina said, "but not like any known species." Ryan's heart beat faster. "What does that mean?" "It means this crew is different," Nina replied. "They may be hiding something very important." Ryan looked at the stars outside. The alien ship had entered human space uninvited, ignored all warnings, and now revealed that it carried secrets. The saying was true. No one enters human space without a reason, and often that reason meant danger. Ryan gave his final order: "Prepare to block their escape from the asteroid belt. We must learn who they are and what they want." The crew of the Iron Wave and the other patrol ships tightened their net. The silent war of the stars was only beginning. The asteroid belt was alive with danger. Jagged rocks floated in the darkness, some as large as buildings, others small enough to dodge with skill. Captain Ryan stood steady on the bridge of the Iron Wave, watching as the strange alien ship moved through the field with an unexpected grace. It twisted and turned, weaving between the stones as if it was made for this kind of terrain. The human patrol ships followed closely, their engines humming low, their weapons ready. Ryan's heart beat faster with every passing moment. The tension was thick. This was no simple chase. The alien ship had made a choice either to fight or to flee, and Ryan could feel the decision coming soon. Suddenly, the alien ship fired the first shot. A pulse of bright energy shot from the alien's forward turret, striking the Iron Wave's shield with a loud hum. The shields flared, glowing bright blue as they absorbed the blast. The crew flinched, but their training took over quickly, shields holding steady. The defense officer reported. Ryan's voice was calm but firm. Return fire. Use railguns to target their engines. The railguns on the Iron Wave roared to life, sending metal projectiles racing through space. The shots struck the alien ship's hull, causing sparks to fly. The alien vessel twisted sharply, avoiding the worst damage. But a large piece of its engine casing was hit. Damage reported to their port engine, Nina said. They are losing power on that side. The alien ship responded with another volley of energy blasts, this time more precise. One shot struck a patrol ship, forcing it to veer away to avoid serious harm. Ryan's eyes narrowed. They are fighting to escape, but they want to weaken us first. The small fleet closed in. The alien ship moved faster, dodging with sudden bursts of speed. Its design was different, sleek, almost alive. It did not move like a warship built for heavy battle, but like a courier or scout built for speed and stealth. Ryan wondered what it was carrying. What was so important that they risked everything to enter human space without permission, Captain? Maya said, our attempts to hail them have failed. No response from their side. Ryan shook his head. No words, just fire. The chase grew more dangerous as the ships moved deeper into the asteroid belt. Rocks slammed past and around them. The patrol pilots had to focus fully, avoiding both the enemy fire and the deadly stones. Brace for impact, one pilot shouted as a large asteroid suddenly appeared in their path. The patrol ship turned sharply and missed the rock by inches. Ryan felt the strain of the fight. He knew that one mistake here could be fatal. Keep your formation tight, he ordered. We cannot let them slip away. Suddenly, the alien ship fired a bright pulse that knocked out the sensors. On one of the smaller patrol craft, the ship lost contact and drifted silently in space, its crew working hard to repair the damage. Ryan's jaw tightened. That was a warning. The alien ship was skilled and dangerous. It was clear it had prepared for this moment. On the Iron Wave, Nina scanned the enemy's hull. Their armor is unusual. It can repair itself quickly after damage. Ryan nodded. That explains why they keep fighting. They can heal. The alien ship fired again, targeting the Iron Wave's shields. Sparks flew as energy blasts struck the defenses. The crew worked fast to keep the shields strong, but each hit weakened them a little more. Ryan knew they could not keep this up forever. If the shields fell, the Iron Wave could be badly damaged. Prepare to board, Ryan said quietly. If we cannot stop them with weapons, we will stop them by force. The crew readied the boarding pods, small ships that could carry soldiers onto the enemy vessel. The alien ship suddenly changed tactics. It sped toward a narrow canyon between two giant asteroids. The patrol ships had to slow down, unable to follow through the tight space. Ryan cursed under his breath. They are trying to lose us. But the Iron Wave's long-range weapons were ready. Ryan ordered a careful shot, aiming not to destroy but to disable the engines completely. The railguns fired again. One shot hit the alien ship's main engine, causing a burst of sparks and smoke. The alien ship slowed, its movement becoming less smooth. Now is our chance, Ryan said. Launch the boarding pods. The pods shot forward like shooting stars, moving toward the alien vessel. Inside, the boarding teams prepared for anything. The pods attached to the alien ship's hull with magnetic clamps. The airlocks hissed open. Ryan watched as the soldiers entered the strange ship. The patrol ships kept their weapons trained on the enemy in case reinforcements arrived. Inside the alien ship, the boarding team found narrow corridors and strange glowing panels. The walls pulsed with soft light, as if alive. The soldiers moved carefully, weapons raised, ready for any threat. Suddenly, they heard footsteps and voices in an unknown language. The alien crew appeared, surprised but not aggressive. One of the aliens stepped forward. Its skin was smooth and dark, its eyes large and bright. It held up its hands in a peaceful gesture. A translator device activated, but the alien spoke in a language no one could understand. Ryan sent a message to the boarding team. Tried to calm them. We want answers, not a fight. The alien captain spoke again, this time slower. The translator could only catch a few words: danger, warning, and survive. Ryan's heart pounded. Could this be a message for humanity, a warning of something greater? The alien captain looked tired but determined. It pointed to a sealed room at the back of the ship. Inside, the boarding team found a large container. It was cold and glowing softly. Suddenly, the container's door opened. Inside was a creature. It looked like a human, but different. Its skin was pale and smooth, and its eyes held a strange intelligence. The creature looked at the boarding team and spoke in clear human standard. "My name is Laura," it said softly. "I have come to warn you." Ryan stared in surprise. The saying was true. Some who enter human space without permission carry messages that change everything. Outside, the stars continued to shine. Inside the alien ship, the first true contact between two unknown worlds had begun. The Iron Wave's boarding team stood silently inside the alien ship. Laura's soft voice echoed in the quiet room. She looked tired but calm, her pale eyes reflecting the dim lights. Captain Ryan studied her carefully. This was not the enemy they expected. "Tell us why you came here," Ryan said gently. Laura took a slow breath. "I carry a warning. Something is coming. Something worse than any war you have ever known." The soldiers exchanged looks. Ryan leaned forward. "What do you mean? Who's coming?" Laura's gaze held sadness. "A predator species. They destroy worlds. They consume everything in their path. We fled, hoping to find refuge. We came to human space because humans have always been strong. You have fought and won before." Ryan felt a cold chill. The galaxy was not safe. The stories from old times were real, and now the threat was close. "We must warn Human Command," Ryan said. "Yes," Laura agreed. "But first, we must understand each other. My people have been hunted. Many did not survive. I am one of the last." Meanwhile, outside, the alien ship, the Iron Wave, and the patrol fleet prepared to leave the asteroid belt. The chase had ended, but the real challenge was only beginning. The alien ship was damaged but still operational. The crew worked quickly to repair the engines. Ryan knew time was short. If this predator was coming, humans must be ready. The Iron Wave set course for the nearest human outpost to deliver Laura and the information she carried. The stars stretched ahead, a path into the unknown future. As the ships left the asteroid belt, sensors picked up movement. Another alien vessel appeared. On the edge of the system, it was larger and more heavily armed than the first. "Captain," Lee said, "we have company." "It looks like a hunter ship." Ryan's expression hardened. "This must be the Predator's scout. Prepare for battle." The fleet formed a defensive line. The new ship opened fire. Energy beams slicing through space. The patrol ships returned fire, but the enemy was strong. Ryan directed the battle with skill and calm. The Iron Wave took the lead, firing volleys that kept the hunter ship at bay. Laura watched quietly from the medical bay. She had seen battles before, but this was different. Humans fought not just for territory, but for survival and hope. The battle raged across the stars. The hunter ship was powerful, but the humans were clever, using their knowledge of the asteroid field. They forced the enemy into a trap. The hunter ship was hit hard and retreated, but not without warning. Its last transmission was a chilling message: "We come for all." Ryan knew this was only the beginning. Back on the Iron Wave, Laura shared more about her people's history. She explained how the predator species had destroyed many worlds and how her people had escaped, seeking refuge in the far corners of space. Ryan listened carefully. "If this predator reaches human space, the cost will be great. We must prepare." Laura nodded. "That is why I came here. Humans have faced great danger before. You do not give up." The Iron Wave and the patrol fleet raced toward the human outpost, carrying a message that would change everything. The stars outside seemed both beautiful and dangerous, a reminder that the galaxy held many secrets and threats. Ryan stood on the bridge. Looking ahead, he knew that human space would never be the same again. The Iron Wave and its fleet moved swiftly toward the human outpost. Captain Ryan stood on the bridge, his eyes scanning the stars ahead. The message they carried was urgent. The predator species Laura had warned about was no longer a distant threat. It was coming closer. Suddenly, sensors picked up an alarm. Another ship appeared on the edge of their path. This one was large and heavily armed, darker than anything Ryan had seen. It moved quickly, cutting off the fleet's route. Captain, Commander Lee said, voice tense. This ship matches the descriptions Laura gave us. It's a hunter from the predator species. Ryan's grip tightened on the console. They have found us. Prepare for battle. We cannot let them pass. The fleet formed a defensive line. The hunter ship opened fire. Bright beams of energy cutting through the dark space. The patrol ships responded with volleys of their own. The battle was fierce. The hunter ship was powerful, but the humans were trained and determined. The Iron Wave led the fight, firing carefully aimed shots to weaken the enemy's shields. But the hunter ship was smart. It used the stars and debris to hide its movements. It fired missiles that exploded near the patrol ships, forcing them to scatter. Ryan gave orders calmly but firmly. Stay in formation. Protect the medical bay and the pod with Laura. We must keep her safe inside the ship. Laura watched the battle unfold on the screens. Her eyes were full of worry. She knew what was coming, and she hoped the humans could stand strong. Suddenly, the hunter ship fired a massive energy blast at the Iron Wave. The shield flared bright, then flickered. Alarms rang out across the ship, shields down to 30%, the defense officer reported. Ryan's heart pounded. Divert all power to shields. Return fire. Focus on their engines. The Iron Wave fired railguns that struck the hunter ship's engines. Smoke and sparks flew. The hunter ship slowed for a moment, then charged forward again. The patrol fleet fought bravely. But one ship was hit directly. It exploded in a flash of light, debris flying in all directions. Ryan felt the weight of the loss but kept his focus. Hold the line. We cannot let them break through. The battle moved closer to the human outpost. Civilian ships and stations nearby began to prepare for the worst. The calm of peace was shattered. Suddenly, the hunter ship pulled back. It sent a message in a strange code, one that Laura's translators began to decode. We come for all, the message said. Ryan looked at Laura. They are warning us. This is just the beginning. Laura nodded. They hunt to destroy. They do not stop. Ryan made a decision. We will not run. We will fight for human space. But first, we must protect the outpost and the people. The Iron Wave and its fleet moved to shield the outpost, setting up defenses and preparing for the Predator's next move. Ryan stood on the bridge, looking at the stars. The quiet peace of human space was over. A new war was beginning, and humanity would have to fight harder than ever before. The Iron Wave hovered near the damaged alien ship. Captain Ryan stood firm on the bridge. The strange ship was silent now, its engines barely humming. Inside, the boarding team prepared to enter the unknown. Ryan knew this moment was critical. They had to learn who these aliens were and what they carried. The warning from Laura weighed heavy on his mind. Time was short. The Predator was coming. Prepare the boarding pods, Ryan ordered. The pods detached from the Iron Wave, shining silver in the cold space. Inside, the soldiers checked their gear, weapons ready but restrained. They hoped to find answers, not battle. As the pods moved toward the alien vessel, the crew scanned the hull for signs of traps or dangers. The ship's outer surface was smooth but showed marks from the earlier fight. The boarding pods locked onto the airlocks. Magnetic clamps held tight as the hatches hissed open. The soldiers moved inside carefully. Inside the alien ship, the halls were narrow and dimly lit. Strange symbols glowed softly on the walls. The air was thin but breathable. The team advanced slowly, weapons raised but cautious. They reached the ship's control room. The walls were covered with unfamiliar technology, screens filled with strange writing and symbols. Suddenly, the team heard movement. Alien crew members appeared from side corridors. Unarmed but alert, their skin was dark and smooth, their eyes large and curious. The leader of the boarding team stepped forward. holding up a hand in peace. "We come in peace. We want to understand." One alien stepped forward. Its voice was soft but firm, and a translator device helped the humans understand. "We fled our world to survive," the alien said. "We seek refuge and warning. The predator is near." Ryan's heart beat faster. "Tell us everything you know." The alien nodded. "Our people suffered great losses. The predator destroys everything. We hope to warn humans because you have strength." The boarding team found a sealed room at the back of the ship. The alien leader gestured toward it. Inside, they saw a large containment pod. The pod glowed softly, and inside was a figure. It was a humanoid creature with pale skin and gentle eyes. The figure opened its eyes slowly. It spoke in clear human standard. "My name is Laura," it said. "I carry the message of survival." Ryan felt a deep respect. This being was a key to the future. Back on the Iron Wave, the boarding team reported all findings. Ryan ordered the alien ship to be towed to the nearest outpost for further study. The crew began repairs, but the warning was clear. The predator was coming, and they needed every advantage to survive. Ryan sent a message to Human Command. "We have made contact. The threat is real. Prepare for war." The stars outside the ship shone cold and distant. The galaxy was about to change forever. The Iron Wave moved steadily toward the human outpost, carrying Laura and the alien ship in tow. The vastness of space stretched endlessly around them. Captain Ryan stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the stars ahead. The message they carried was heavier than any cargo, a warning of a threat that could change the fate of humanity forever. Laura sat quietly in the medical bay, her pale eyes reflecting a mix of hope and fear. She had traveled far, risking everything to reach human space. Now, her mission was almost complete. The fleet prepared for arrival. Human Command awaited the report that would shape their next steps. Ryan knew the responsibility they held. He turned to his crew. "We have done well so far, but our greatest challenge is still ahead. We must ensure this warning is heard and acted upon." Suddenly, the ship's sensors picked up an alert. Another fleet appeared at the edge of the system, not friendly. The predator species had followed them. "Captain," Commander Lee said, "the hunters are here. They want to finish what they started." Ryan's expression hardened. "Prepare for battle. This will be our last stand before the message reaches Earth." The fleet took position, ready to defend the outpost and the future of humanity. The battle was fierce. Energy beams and missiles lit the darkness as humans fought with courage and skill. Laura's voice came through the comms, steady and clear. "The predator will not stop. We must unite or fall." The human fleet pushed back, using every tactic they knew. Ryan directed the fight with calm focus. The Iron Wave led the charge, firing volleys to break the enemy lines. The hunters retreated, but sent a final warning. "We come for all." The outpost prepared for the next wave. Earth and its colonies were no longer safe. The war had come to human space. In the days that followed, Laura shared more about the predator and how her people had survived. Humans listened and learned. Scientists worked to understand the alien technology. Military leaders planned new defenses. Ryan stood on the bridge, watching the stars. The galaxy was no longer quiet. It was a place of danger and hope. He thought of the old saying, "No one enters human space uninvited." But now, some had come with a message, and humanity had a choice: to fight or to fall. The future was uncertain, but Ryan knew one thing for sure: humans would never give up. The stars shone bright, a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope could light the way.